How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Dominic Minchella, your Kansas City Chiefs on SI beat writer, and you are watching the Kansas City Chiefs Insider Podcast. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. As always, I really do appreciate it. As we conclude the ranking of the Kansas City Chiefs most anticipated or least anticipated to most anticipated primetime games. As I've stated this whole series, and as you know, based off of the schedule release, the Chiefs have 7 primetime games. If you've missed any episodes, go back and check them out because we are today going to be covering the top 3 most impactful, suspenseful, anticipated primetime games, in my opinion, for the Kansas City Chiefs. So without further ado, since we've got 3 to cover, let's get started. Number 3, we're going to go 3, 2, 1. So we've got to stick to the end to find out what's the most popular one and the reasons why. Number 3 comes in week 6 against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City against the Detroit Lions. I am super excited for this game to be held at Arrowhead Stadium, as I'm sure you guys are too. It has the potential to be written as what could have been in the Super Bowl. The Detroit Lions were so heavily favored all season long to be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs and looking to dethrone them from their seat. But as we know, they got kicked out of the playoffs way too early by the Washington Commanders. And now they are in a do or die kind of mode where they want to prove to the world that they still have what it takes to be able to crack the like the prime time era. You know, they want to be the team that is no longer viewed as the sorry team of the NFL. But Kansas City has some unfinished business with Detroit, which makes it even better. The last time these two teams faced off, the Detroit Lions took it by 1 point in Kansas City against Patrick Mahomes. You know that these both teams have evolved in time since their last meeting. It will be a fun matchup. Jared Goff versus Patrick Mahomes, should no injuries interfere with that matchup. That's going to be a prime time, could break some records on TV viewership. Although it is on week 6, I think the two fan bases have proven that they are dedicated to these two teams and the run that they're on. Super excited, as we know. They've got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Aiden Hutchinson's coming back to go kind of square off against George Karlaftis on the other side of the defensive end category, as well as Jahmyr Gibbs versus what could be Isaiah Pacheco or Brashard Smith. Who knows, depending on what we see at that point. But that is a cool game. Circle it on your calendars, week 6. It will be explosive. That's number 3. Number 2, the second most anticipated game of primetime schedule that the Chiefs play in my opinion, comes in week 1. You're not going to have to wait that long. You guys know the deal. It is the Los Angeles Chargers. The division title is up for grabs this season. And as it's been highly reported all off season long, the AFC West is no longer the cakewalk that it has been or it had been for the Kansas City Chiefs in this past few years. The Los Angeles Chargers have gotten better. The Denver Broncos, the Las Vegas Raiders, they've all gotten better. They're all trying to take down Kansas City. I've even seen projections and predictions of the Chargers taking down Kansas City and not letting them get their 10th consecutive AFC West title. And to that, I say, go check out my predictions, my way too early predictions for the 2025 schedule. We break down game by game, and you can find out my verdict on how this game's going to go. Spoiler alert, I think that it's going to the Kansas City Chiefs. As we know, it will be held in Sao Paulo, Brazil for their week 1 festivities. Super exciting for the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Los Angeles Chargers, as we have seen or we've talked about already this podcast series. it has the implications to be perfect for to set up how this rivalry can unfold all season long, right? The Chiefs, you got to know that they're seeing the players, personnel, head coaching, scouting department, fans, catering. You got to know that they're all looking at all these predictions and saying that they're already being counted out. Need I remind you all that Kansas City has been one of the most difficult teams to dethrone since Patrick Mahomes has entered the quarterback scene and become the starting QB1 back in 2018. Now they've got the Chargers have the skillful mind of Jim Harbaugh, who is proven to be world championship material as he's won a college world championship with the Michigan Wolverines before he took this Chargers job. It's going to be a masterclass of head coaches, masterclass of quarterbacks, and I really do think it could be a very good shootout, depending on how this unfolds in Sao Paulo. We've seen that they've had some field upgrades. They're making sure that people after last season that they played overseas, the NFL didn't really like how the field conditions were, but in terms of marketability and all that, this is a perfect game for not only Chiefs and Chargers fans, but externally. You're seeing the two best that the AFC have to offer, arguably, going up against it in week one. Now, we do know that they will meet later on in the season. That game will probably also have a lot of implications and storylines to it. But given that the Chiefs and Chargers are a primetime game, that's why they cracked this schedule. That being said, number one, Denver Broncos, Christmas, week 17. I've touched on this before. This is another game where the Chiefs are in a position, depending on how they play all season long, rather, that this could be another do or die win for either team. We've seen the Broncos, they've extended themselves into a playoff contender. While it's going to be difficult for them to dethrone Kansas City, they know how to play against Kansas City. They've done it so often. They've done it well in the past. They've always been close games. Kansas City's defense has been able to hold off the strong offense. The offense for the Chiefs have been able to dethrone the ever so hit or miss defense for Denver. I think that this is the most highly anticipated matchup. And while it is way far in advance, that only helps the anticipation factor. It is a huge game. This could be a game that kind of turns the tides, flips the tables, gets emotions rolling of what could turn out to be the AFC West division championship chase. Now, obviously, that would have to be the only way that would happen is that the Chiefs and the Broncos are chasing each other down all season long. That's going to be a fun storyline to watch as well. The Broncos have been improving. The Chiefs have been running this dynasty for the past 5-6 years, going into their fifth year and hoping to become the second team ever in the history of the National Football League to reach 4 consecutive Super Bowls. This game could be the deciding factor of whether or not the Chiefs get the 1 seed or if they're going to be viewed as a wild card team. I've seen some projections saying that the Chiefs are going to, like I said, Chiefs are going to lose to the Chargers. Chiefs are going to lose to the Broncos. Chiefs aren't going to win the division. Chiefs are going to have to hope that they can get into the playoffs. Now, I know that all of these athletes that Kansas City possess, they don't read into these projections. They let their actions speak louder than the words that are going around social media. This is going to be a huge game. Not only will it break records for Christmas records, at least from last season against how the Chiefs took down the Pittsburgh Steelers, given that this is such a highly anticipated division rival matchup. I am very excited to wait all season long, documenting Kansas City keeping up with Denver, seeing where their paths align and where they don't cross paths, see where they're positive versus negative. As we know, sometimes week 18 for the best teams, they throw out their backups or young players to take the field. We saw that last season with Kansas City, which eventually led them to their second loss of the season to the Denver Broncos. Week 17 is the last, depending on the whole scene of the AFC West, could be the last time that before the playoffs, before these folks get a taste of AFC division rivals. That being said, guys, I really hope that you like this breakdown. Tomorrow, we will be returning with a different topic now that we've covered the primetime games. As you can see on the ticker down below, or if you're listening, you can follow me on X at Dom Minchella. If you're listening, it is spelled DOMMINCHELLA. I post and repost every single day. Would love to start up conversation with you guys over there. I am always on that app. You can always follow our page as well on X at KC Chiefs on SI. All of our stories about all of our talented writers get uploaded daily as we continuously cover the 2025 offseason in pursuit of the 2025 campaign. For Kansas City Chiefs beat writer, I'm Dominic Minchella. You guys are Chiefs Kingdom. Remember, guys, be kind to one another, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.